What's up, guys? Sig here with Gears and Gigahertz, and today I'm talking about a fairly interesting and unusual product. I have the Ring car camera. They announced this product literally years ago. I think it was in late 2020, and it finally went on sale for pre-orders in January of 2023. I pre-ordered one. I got it a couple of weeks ago, and I've been kind of checking it out, and it's an unusual unit, to be honest. I am also shooting on a new camera that I haven't had long enough to really review, but this is the X-T4 that I'm shooting on right now, and so far I like it a lot, but that's another video. At any rate, so the Ring car camera. So basically the idea is a Ring camera in your car. It's got an unusual design. It's kind of like a wedge-shaped thing that goes between your windshield glass and your dashboard, and then it's got one camera facing forward and one camera facing inside, like into the passenger compartment of your car. That's a pretty novel design. Seems like a thing that people would be into. Also, I like the power supply on it. You install it by using a power adapter that goes to your OBD2 connector. So that's kind of cool. Like I don't really mind digging around in a fuse box and doing an add a fuse and stuff, but a lot of people will find that plugging into the diagnostic port under their dash is a much easier way of installation. So, okay, it's got some stuff going for it. It functions basically like a Ring camera. If you have a Ring camera, you know exactly how it works. You get motion alerts, you can do live view, yada yada, pretty much the same way the Ring doorbell or any of the Ring security cameras work. It does exactly the same thing. Installation was simple. It comes with tools to hide the little wire on your dashboard. I'm looking over my written review so I don't forget anything. So I get it installed. It does have cellular, which is nice. You can look at your car, both the front-facing outside camera and the rear-facing inside your car camera, pretty much at any time as long as you have cellular coverage, which me living in a reasonably large city hasn't been an issue at all. So basically at any point in time, I can pull up the Ring app and I can look inside of my car. So that's cool. The thing is though, as a dash cam, it's kind of garbage. It's got a bunch of weird stuff going on. First off, the motion alerts, I don't know, it's weird. They're doing so much kind of weird magic behind the scenes that it's really hard to know what is what. So some videos are obviously going to be stored on the camera, like the camera has internal storage. And then also at some point, some of them are going to be uploaded just like your Ring videos are for your doorbell or whatever. Those don't really stay on your camera. They're pretty much they're always connected to Wi-Fi and they're immediately uploaded. Well, the thing is, logically, Amazon doesn't want to use a cellular connection to upload all of your driving videos all of the time, because even though the video is very compressed, an hour or 2 hours a day that some people commute, or an 8-hour or 10-hour road trip or something, would obviously take up tons of storage and stuff, and bandwidth transfer over the cellular network. Because I can't really tell. I have a feeling they're using T-Mobile because it tends to seem to have good coverage where my T-Mobile phone has good coverage, and bad coverage where my T-Mobile phone has bad coverage, but I'm obviously not sure. But at any rate, Ring has got to pay for that cellular network activity. So I understand why it's not just constantly uploading. The way that I thought it would work is that you do connect it to Wi-Fi, just like any other Ring camera. So I thought what it would do is maybe the motion alerts get uploaded immediately, because that's just a short clip. And then the videos of you driving get uploaded when you come home and connect to Wi-Fi. That seems like a reasonable way to do it, right? I don't know that that's the case. So far as I can tell, the videos of you driving never get uploaded. They just stay on the camera. And when you're looking through your clips in the Ring app, the only way you can actually really tell if a video has been uploaded or not is if it's got it looks like a little icon of an SD card. If it's got that on it, it's still on the camera storage. If it doesn't have that, it seems to be on Ring's cloud storage. The reason I care about this is the ones that are on the camera storage, which is basically every trip while you're moving, every driving activity, you can only download 20 seconds of them at one time. I know that unless mine is just not working right, but that's absolutely how mine works. And I park my car in a garage in a single family home, and I have very good Wi-Fi coverage, and I have pretty dang fast Wi-Fi, even upload. And there's an Eero, I would say, I'm actually looking at it right now. It's over there, and then the garage is right there. I've got an Eero probably 15 feet from the ring where my car is parked, where the Ring camera is in my garage. So I don't feel like lack of Wi-Fi coverage is why mine aren't uploading. I feel like this is just how it's designed, but this is kind of bad for a dash camera. Like, if something happens, you have to just take 20-second clips at a time. The only way I've found to get around this is it seems that when you do live view, it limits your live view to about 2 minutes, but it will let you download that entire 2-minute clip. That's actually how I managed to get reasonably sized clips for this review without having to resort to doing 20 seconds at a time and then trying to go back and start the next clip right when the last one ended and then stitch them all together in Final Cut, which did not sound fun. But that doesn't sound great for if something actually happens, that you want to have a dash cam for. I feel like 20 seconds is not really enough context. I mean, maybe in some situations it is. If you're going through a light that's green on your side and someone just runs the light and rams you, then I guess all you really need is the preceding couple of seconds showing that the light was green when you went through it and that person just rammed you. But I can think of a lot of situations in which you would like a lot more context than 20-second clips. So totally hate that. Also, the picture quality is kind of garbage. It just does not look good. And I even compared to 5 or 6 year old dash, I didn't expect miracles because it's a 1080p dash cam, but to me, it looks like they're using the same fairly, highly aggressive compression algorithm that they are for the Ring stationary cameras. But for a stationary camera, that's fine, because typically with your doorbell, most things in the frame aren't going to move. Your yard is going to be there. Your porch is going to be there. If you have, some pillars or anything or railing on your porch, that's going to stay there. Your grass is basically going to not move any that you really care about, even on a windy day. The street's not going to move. So it really only has to track one person, one object in this scene that is moving. And so the aggressive compression algorithms work pretty well for that. It's only really got to focus on one moving thing. Well, when it's in a car and everything is moving all the time, it just looks super artifacty. Even in daytime, I'm going to watch the clip. I'll put this up over me in a moment. So yeah, even in the daytime, they're just not very good. The interior camera works okay for the same reason that the Ring stationary cameras work okay. Most of your car is in the same place. It's got stuff moving on the outside, in my case, mounted on my 2013 Chevy Volt. You can totally see through the windows and actually a little bit through the windshield since it's mounted at the bottom. But most of the car is, from the camera's point of view, stationary. It's not changing much. So it seems to have a better time with the inside view. You can more or less see the people in your car, and it would at least work out well for if someone was in your car that wasn't supposed to be, when it was parked or something. You could see that it's a person and be like, hey dude, what are you doing? But it does have the two-way talk feature. That is pretty cool. But the outside camera, it's just very artifacty and noisy to the point that there's very little detail. You can read large signs, you can read giant logos on the side of buildings and stuff, but you can't really read street signs unless you're at a complete stop. You can't read license plates unless you're at a complete stop. You can't really get much detail of anything. It's honestly kind of hard to tell even what kind of car it is, and I'm very good at knowing what kind of car something is. But yeah, it's just not very good. In comparison, I have a clip that I'll drop in right here from my old dash cam, which was from like, it was like a 2018 or 2019 model Viofo A119. I think it was the V2 or the V3. It doesn't matter. It's a very old dash cam. And even it looks a lot better, and the details a lot better, and the resolution is also higher, which, you know, would make sense that it has better detail, but still, that's an old cheap dash cam. And this thing is $250. So like, it's kind of a hard sell on the quality. It gets pretty much significantly worse at night. The interior view at night is, you know, I guess serviceable. Same deal. If someone was to get into your car, you would probably get at least one frame where you have a half-assed decent picture of them, because they're probably not expecting to have a camera mounted up there on the dashboard, you know, when they're rifling through your glove box or whatever. But, and, you know, whatever. Interior views, whatever. But the exterior view at night is the same thing. It is noisy and artifacty. And like, while I'm sitting still, you can totally read the street signs and maybe the license plate of the car in front of you. But once you're moving even 5 or 10 miles an hour, you can't really get any detail on anything, because like everything looks so compressed. Like, it seems like they decided that this is just a Ring camera. So given all these things, you would think that I hate it, right? Not really. I mean, like, it sucks as a dash camera, but it's kind of cool to have a security camera in your car, and that's absolutely what it is. It functions pretty well as a security camera. You can see the inside, you can see if anyone's walking by it, like, you know, you can talk to them with the two-way talk. It's also just nice to have for the same reasons I like having Ring cameras at my house. I can see when Daisy pulls in with Ava from school or something. And having that in the car is actually pretty cool. The other day, I always take Ava to school, and the other day she was a little bit upset. It was her first day back after spring break, and she's just in kindergarten, so she's not super used to, you know, being away from mom and dad for extended periods of time anyway. So she was a little bit upset when we left, and Daisy was able to pull up the car camera when she knew that we were getting to the school and check on Ava and see that she was over her, you know, anxiety, basically. Her little bit of sadness about leaving mom and dad and going to school. So that's pretty cool. Like, there's definitely, for the same, like I said, for basically the same reasons, it's neat to have a camera, like, in your house or whatever, just to periodically check on things, and see if someone's home, make sure something was delivered, like, whatever. There's use cases like that for having basically a security camera inside your car. It also does do tracking, which of course, like most, you know, couples, we share location on the Find My app because we both have iPhones. So, you know, whatever. But still, you can also see where it's parked. I can see that being useful in a large parking lot, or if one person parks the car and then the other person goes to get it, like, you can pull it up on GPS and see exactly where your car is parked. Like, it's definitely got some use cases. It's just not a good dash camera. So I don't know what I'm going to do, really. I think I'm going to keep this for like the family car for all of those reasons I just listed. And then for whatever car I'm driving, probably going to get something like the Garmin Mini 2 that's easy to move between like easy to move from car to car. And I'm going to steal another thing from this Ring camera. And Garmin actually makes a OBD2 to USB power adapter, which I think is cool because, like, I switch cars a lot. I'm a car dealer, and I've honestly kind of decided I just don't even really want a personal car, really. I'm going to let Daisy just drive the Volt, so we've got something reliable that uses no gas. And I'm going to just buy random cars from the auction and make videos about them and drive them until I get bored and then sell them and buy something else. So having something that's easy to move from car to car is a big plus for me. That's honestly one of the main reasons I wanted the Ring car camera, but man, the quality is just like, it's not there. So I think I'm going to take the OBD2, the Garmin OBD2 adapter, and then like a Garmin Mini 2, and then I should be able to, and suction cup mount, then I should be able to have a portable like dash cam setup that I can easily switch from car to car without having to go into the fuse box and add circuits and stuff. So that's basically my plan. So yeah, I cannot really recommend the Ring car camera as a car camera as a dash cam, but it is kind of cool as like a security camera. So I don't know. Maybe order one and see what you think. But I think it's weird but cool. But definitely a garbage dash cam. Don't buy it for that. Buy anything else. All right. I think that's about it. Holler.